We'll begin in a few seconds.
Take your time.
You ready to go, Trevor?
One moment.
All right.
Ms. Summer, do you have a panel or is it just you?
It is just me.
There was just some questions about the handheld microphone, so if anyone will be on the panel, they will need to use the handheld microphone for production.
Okay, no, we're good.
Thank you
It's
so
just
much.
me.
We're all set.
All righty. Ms. Summer, if you're ready,
I am
may
ready,
begin.
and when we are loaded to start, let me...
There you go, Director, you're ready.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, everyone. Thank you. Let's jump right in. Fiscal year 2024. Not a lot of surprises in this budget. It's what we've been talking about for the last couple months and the last year. I also will not belabor our fantastic year last year, FY23, or the year of 23. I know I gave you all our very well done annual report full of pictures and statistics and the narrative of what we're going to do, and it's going to touch on a little bit, so I will not belabor this. So we'll all heed Alderman's Donaldson's warning. I will move straight into brass tacks today.
It was a suggestion. That
Our proposed Lincoln Library organizational chart, I have with me today Assistant Director Emily Stone. She's the highest ranking MLS. I do have with me today City Historian Curtis Mann. He is also the manager of SVC. He is behind me. When we get to any SVC questions, if we have anything directly, he may be able to answer them. I also have Molly Byrne. She is our youth service manager. I do want to let you know that Molly was a classroom teacher for 16 years in English and literacy until we poached her at Lincoln Library and took her out of the classroom. So when we talk about some of the outreach and some of the youth service things, and I really pound in around literacy, I could not have a more prepared person at the helm to lead our charge in some of the literacy initiatives that we're doing. And then I have with us Deputy Director of Security Services. He's a shared service, Nick Klatfelder behind me. I will touch a little bit on his contractual and shared service position and kind of the phenomenal changes we've been able to make around safety. He works for both this building and next door at the library. This is the nuts and bolts. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this slide, and then we'll get into the justification. Personnel services, not a big surprise. That's our biggest ask. We will be asking for 4 positions. 2 of them will be September start. So it's like 2 full positions, 2.5 positions, and we'll talk about the justifications there in a few moments. Contractual services. There's some new initiatives in contractual services. One of them is the shared service with CWLP for the Deputy Director of Security, which I'll touch on in just a second. And one of them is $15,000 for contractual services around our youth service renovation. What we've been able to do is dump some of the money that we knew was bloated into that. So when you look at actual variance, it's not a lot extra. Commodities, honestly, that was just our office supply budget had gotten just really bloated. So we cut that about 1/3 and put it where it needed to be in the contractual services, try to cut where we could. The equipment line, 131,000 of that is the appropriation for the bookmobile. And then 60,000 of that is equipment for our youth service renovation. So that is our big ask for the $60,000 for equipment, shelving, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. And then all the way down, when you're looking at true numbers, not a lot extra anywhere else. And then that $500,000 is, of course, the elevators. One thing I do want to say about the CWP shared position with Nick, you know, security is always an issue at the library. It's a public building. It's people come in and out. I know we've had some complaints. We had a complaint today about, I'll just say we had someone complain about homeless behavior. And what we were able to do is look back on the incident reporting system that we have implemented, look back, see exactly what happened. It had been documented. He had reviewed it. The person who had a nefarious behavior had been asked to leave and was banned, and we were able to document that. And then, just so you know, today, Nick himself is a law enforcement officer. He has great communication with the SPD, and we were able to say, and have SPD look at our video, and they said, security did a fantastic job, library staff did a fantastic job, but this is what we've been able to do. We've also had the Department of Defense, the SAFE program come through from the Department of Homeland Security. I don't know what I was going to say. They have a safety assessment for buildings came through, and they gave us a really strong report. These are big ticket, active threat type situations that would happen both in this building or the next. And we were able to implement in fiscal year 23, rolling over, some things that they recommended, which was to hit some blind spots on cameras, particularly in the garage and outside, and then to implement, we did have a door that definitely needs badge for the whole, to be able to walk through, and a couple other things. So we've been able to implement that. So I just want to say, that's something that we've been able to do really well in the last, continuing to grow in it. And I will say one thing that you'll have to forgive me of this tiny soapbox, but when we talk about, and I've shared with a couple alderwomen today, when we talk about people throw out the language of the homeless at the library, well, the incident that happened today, the person was said, this was claimed to be homeless, and SPD said, no, this person is absolutely housed. They were just doing the wrong thing that day at the library. So I want to be careful about the language that we use with folks, particularly folks at the library. So incidents of behavior are definitely down. We have, as of January 1st, we became a no eating facility because we were, frankly, to be honest, we were not able to keep up with the trash and the wear and tear on our seats. So we've increased the amount that we shampoo our chairs, as well as become no eating on inside of the building. So we've had to make some effort to do that, as long with the no smoking ordinance. So I just wanted to speak to that, because I know it comes up whenever we talk about the library. So moving on, personnel service at 58%, operations at 42%, pretty standard. Workforce, I hate to kind of bring this up right now, but females at 65% of our workforce, which I think is phenomenal, and our minorities at 40%. So I'm not going to, we're going to move right on from that. But there's no question that there are the 4 positions. We've been hovering around 41 to 40, and we've talked about it quite a few times. This slide here is, again, one that kind of does the justification of that. It talks about the full-time equivalent per capita, as well as the expenditures. I'm not going to belabor this. We've talked about it. We know we are the most underfunded in the area. We're the most understaffed in the area. And I really know that we're remedying that situation. The number I do want to draw you to is the box at the bottom. That's the recommended staffing levels for the Illinois Library Association. These are the recommended levels that do affect our per capita grant funding, and where we see the minimum level for, and this is with 44 positions, that would put us less than half of their minimum recommendations. So I'm not coming to you today asking for 40 new positions, which would get us at our minimum. I'm coming asking you for 4 positions, 2 and 2 halves, basically. So I know when we talk about staffing levels, when we talk about doing more with less, when we talk about making sure we have the resources to fill the needs of the community, these are the kind of nuts and bolts of the matter. So the fun stuff moving forward, we're all very excited about the first expansion of services that the library has done in the last decade. This body has been very, forward thinking on this, and I just want to thank everybody for this and what this means for for our community. So I want to pause here and talk a tiny bit about literacy rates. It's out there. The Illinois State Report Card has District 186 kids, K through 8, are 22% of them are reading at grade level. So that's across the board. When you extrapolate those numbers out and you look at some of the West Side schools, say you take Owen Marsh, they're at about 48% reading at grade level K through 8. That means even at Owen Marsh, less than half of students are reading at grade level. When you extrapolate out for Black students, low-income students, those numbers get real bad real quick. When you look at Matheny, it's about 1.9% of kids reading at grade level. So when we talk about where are we going to find CWLP engineers, where are we going to find cops, where are we going to find these jobs, if our kids are not reading, we're not. That's it. And we know that third grade reading scores affect your entire, study after study after study. I did this in Kansas City ad nauseum, so I could get into it, and I have so much research on this, I don't even want to pull it out. But, you know, we know that at third grade, at fifth grade, and eighth grade are benchmarks. And if kids are not reading at grade level by those years, outcomes for the rest of their life goes down. They are exponentially more likely to end up in law enforcement's hands. So SPD is now having to deal with them. Now, they are exponentially more likely to be unemployed, to be in domestic violence situations. So when we talk about investing in our future, why are these things important? Oh, does anyone read anymore? Maybe not. Maybe they really should be. Because reading, the actual act of literacy, is so important. And we at the library, and this is nothing against District 186, right? They've had 3 interrupted school years. I mean, but what we can do as a city, we can either say like, hey, it's their problem, or we can say, how can we do this better? And so, you know, having Molly on our team, I think, is so important, and having the outreach initiatives, having students be able to have access to books in a fun and meaningful way that you can see in some of those pictures. Us going out to Brandon Court and building that relationship over time at the Housing Authority has been huge. Those kids, I think I told the story real quick. I think I may have told the story, but there was a little girl. She was about 2, little from Brandon Court, and she saw one of our Black library workers who goes a lot of weeks out at a grocery store. And she said to her, "Hi, library," because she identified this woman as the library, and that person is for her, and the library is for her. So when we talk about what we're looking for, an outreach manager. We have at this point our outreach coordinator's contract is up, and she has been limited. It's up in February, so we have a couple more weeks. This person would be in charge, it would be a division manager or Library 3, be in charge of all outreach services outside of the 7th Street corridor. So everything that goes on out, all of the pop-ups that we can now expand into all the wards, all of the Compass for Kids. We've been at 40 in the last 3 sites, Compass for Kids, the Kiwanis Club Ash, all of those. And then the librarian 1 and library assistant 4, and we talked about why that was important to have a degreed position that wasn't an MLS. They would be actually bookmobile staff. Those positions would start in September because that's about the time we would need to build them up. So that is our outreach team. It will be a whole new department. We're very excited. We believe that it will be a phenomenal add to the community, and it will reach. We know that we are a downtown location. We recently put a book drop out on the west side that's already very popular. And we're really excited to be out there more. The second new initiative for staff is a Sangamon Valley Collection Librarian 1. We've talked some, and I know this is important to a lot of folks, that Sangamon Valley Collection used to have a staff of 4, and now it has one of 2 for some time. Sangamon Valley Collection has a phenomenal collection of one-of-a-kind maps, of documents, of photos. And a cataloger, it gets a little library wonky, I've learned a lot, makes them accessible and findable to the community. And they would also be in charge of triaging the need for digitization. I've talked to Kurt Mann, who clearly knows what he's doing for a long time, and asked him, what do we most need? And this is what he most needed. And I will let you know I came to you last year at some point and said we have microfilm that's wearing and tearing and we need to get it digitized. We were able to do that last fiscal year thanks to the mayor. He was able to appropriate the $22,000, and we now have all of those newspapers digitized and keyword findable, along with the city council meetings from 1838 to 1933, so you can keyword find arguments and find all of the fun stuff that happened before your tenure. So that's a really neat project that we were able to say we wanted to do this upcoming year, but we actually got it done last year, so I'm very pleased about that. And then lastly, the new youth renovation plan. This is, we're asking for $60,000 for upgrades and equipment, primarily shelving, and then $15,000 in contractual services. Where we are now, we have begun a comprehensive master plan with Resource One to put together a comprehensive plan with options. So if I win the lottery and I can self-fund this for $500 million, we'll have a plan to do that. The more realistic idea is that over the next couple of years, through grant funding and through a little bit more appropriation, we can piece together a plan that allows us in stages to revamp the library. This year's first goal is the shelving, because as we talked about, it goes about 6 feet up in the air. It doesn't make a lot of sense for findable. And then to build the archway so that there's one entrance into the youth service area for safety and for function. We are also applying for the Illinois State Public Library Construction Grant through the Secretary of State, both this year and next. And I do anticipate getting some funds for actual capital construction. And I'm done. Any questions? Thank
Let me
you.
get my screen up here. All right, any questions?
Mr. Chair.
Alderman Donlin, you quick with the trigger today.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Director. But most importantly, thank you to you and your employees for your ability to think outside the box in the way to try to make this community a better place. It is something that's often overlooked, and I just appreciate all you, each and every one of you do. It's never been more important, especially through the pandemic, on how important reading is, and to have that ability not only in person, but online. And you guys have done a wonderful job. These outreach programs are great. The bookmobile is wonderful. I'll save my questions about that and where you're going to choose until later.
Sure.
But I would be remiss if I didn't at least say this much. I do have one question, only because I didn't hear
Sure.
somebody coughed or something. But that 497 in permanent improvement, what is that?
That's the elevators
That's the
through the
elevator.
ARPA that was, that was appropriated a couple
I
weeks
just
ago.
I couldn't hear.
That's
so
okay. I'm
anyway,
probably
thank you.
mumbled.
Thank you for the presentation, and again, for everything you all are doing. It is a new perspective, and that's the way libraries are going to be vibrant in the future. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Alderman McMiniman.
Thank you for the slides. I think they're really helpful. In the past, we've always gotten copies of those slides to help us remember what we're learning. And
I apologize. I will absolutely get those printed out for you.
well, this makes you feel better. You're not the only one, because the previous director also didn't have the slides. So,
From now
council
on.
coordinator, try to make sure we get the slides
Okay.
after the meeting. And then, so also, my wife texted me. She's a retired school district 186 reading teacher. She says it's excellent outreach. My students of all abilities loved going to the school library. Anything to encourage reading, putting books in the hands of the students is outstanding. And Lynn has also been 5 years with Compass, so I think you know what that's about. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good thing to listen to your wife in general, I think. As a, as a wife, I always would say it's a good thing to listen. I don't know that my husband's watching right now. He's has a 6 and an 8-year-old at home.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. I hear it a lot. All right, Alderwoman Conley.
Thank you. I just want to add my appreciation of your staff. I've learned more about the wide variety of services you offer. I mean, in addition to an excellent selection of books. And I'm pleased to see you've got more budgeted in here to get new books. And
Absolutely.
I would certainly encourage you to ask for more than you think you're going to get in that area. No, but the services that you have, the programs you've been putting out over the last year, when we can finally have everyone more comfortable and in person, they've been fabulous. And I really appreciate all the outreach you've done, because you highlighted one of the biggest concerns that I have with our library, no one wants to hear me that much. I appreciate the emphasis on literacy, and having a literacy expert in the children's section is really critical. It's not just the support for the kids, but also supports for those parents.
Absolutely.
Who come in, and making the library welcome and making it somewhere that people feel safe and comfortable. And I know that that's been a critical concern of yours. That provides a lot for adults and for parents too. And so we really appreciate the steps you've taken. And I'm pleased to see you asking for more staff. We need them. It's important, because I also notice you've got overtime in there too. So people are doing more, but they're doing it with more hours, and
Absolutely.
part of retaining your staff is let's not burn them all out. So thank you all very much. I hear from constituents all the time how much they love the library, and that's you and your staff. So thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Alderwoman Purchase.
Thank you. I'll reiterate, thank you for all that you all do. The number one thing I hear is the partnerships that you all are building, especially like going over to the Kids EM. Can you hear me now? And I talk pretty loud, but the partnerships that you're continuing to grow, especially like the Kids EM just brought you all up too. So I'm thankful that you all are really getting out into the community. I wanted to ask, so when do we anticipate to see the bookmobile?
So technically, they have 340 days from delivery of chassis. So I hope to see it this fiscal year.
So that's the first phase, Director? The first phase of seeing it,
So when they bring it to us, it will be belled and whistled out. So it will have everything from the vinyl decal on the outside, which if I can pull that back up, to everything on the inside. So they will deliver it, they'll train us in it. It's a full kit and caboodle. Fleet will see it for a second before it starts. We'll have a big party, it'll go out. But I am hopeful that, realistically in about a year, I'm hopeful for more. If they can get it to us sooner, I'd love it by summer reading, but I want to be, cautiously optimistic here. And just so you know, this is the actual, this is what it will, not the actual decal, but this is a Douglas County one, and we very cleverly photoshopped our logo over the Douglas County one so that we could show you what it looks like. But it'll look very similar to that, except for the decals.
and once you receive it, that's when you're looking to do those 2 hires?
So we will need to hire the people beforehand in September because a lot of things will need to start happening, including actually building the collection, preparing for where the bookmobile goes, sending people out ahead of time so they're building relationships with the community that they're going to be in the neighborhoods every day. So it'll be a little bit of leg street work, boots on the ground work ahead of time. But we do anticipate it within the end of the calendar year is when I expect it. So September will give them a couple months to build those relationships and to build a collection.
Well, I am excited.
Me too.
Thank you.
Alderman Williams.
Oh, yes, real quick. And thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
And good report. The Sangamon Valley Collections, years and years, back when it was probably 3 or 4 staff, I did my family tree. And that's when I learned the value of what's there. And I always call it the big secret. But it's really, really, my elementary school was been tore down for years, but I could go there and see pictures and remember from my childhood. So I know the importance. My family tree alone, just all the records. So I would love to, I know you said you currently at 2. I would love to see that staff get
Excellent.
back
So would
up,
we. Yeah, absolutely.
To 3 or 4, because I remember when it was that many, the line still was pretty challenging getting that person's attention. To show you, because it's such a vast collection, to show you all the different things that make up the Sangamon Valley collection. Secondly, I had a question on this. I saw on one of the slides, this youth archway. If you could elaborate on it as far as what it actually is.
Sure. So when you walk into the children's area, it's on the first floor, and there's a line of shelves as well as kind of an open area. And my issue is you can really walk into the children's section from about 4 different ways, or there's not really good eyes for the desk. And what we would like to do is build out a wall, because there's a great big structural pillar right there, build out a wall and an archway that's very cute and beautiful, so that when you walk in, the young adult, the teen section, all of that will be on the outside. But when you walk into the true children's section, there's one public entrance, and that there will be the youth service desk immediately after it. So the second somebody walks in, there's a, hi, can I help you with something? It's very friendly, it's upbeat, as well as keeping really good eyes on just the area. It also allows, because God loved little 2-year-olds, because they're gonna dart, it also keeps them in a physical space that makes it more comfortable.
Okay, so, and this is off the Capitol Street side? Or,
So this is actually in the building. This is
yeah,
in,
yeah, but when you enter the Capitol Street side, is that what you hit first,
you do have to go back a little bit. So if you walk through the circulation desk area and keep going back towards the children's area, so it would be. And I had a presentation where I put a bunch of like ideas on there, and I didn't want to do that again. But we can. Anyone.
I
that's,
understand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've explained it. Yeah,
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm so glad we hired you. Before I do
Are you guys?
Before I do my Alderman hand hour.
Thank you. A couple questions I have, and I agree with you. The Sangamon Valley collection is the bomb. What I'd like to see is that, and I know you can do it, I just don't know how, but I think that we ought to do some more digital advertising to where when people are on Ancestry.com or whatever, that they can get, and they're within our area, that we would be able to get, they could come up that, hey, Lincoln Library, the Sangamon Valley collection, because a lot of people don't realize it's there. I think it's like Roy said, it's the best kept secret in town, and it, a lot of people are into the whole Ancestry.com stuff and Family Tree Maker and all that, and it's really.
I think
cool.
that's a fantastic idea.
I think we ought to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The advertising, the value for your dollars online is extremely good, and I think that you would get a lot more, especially if you can knock it to people that are on Ancestry and are within a 50-mile radius or something. But that's just a thought.
I think that's a great idea.
When you talked about the literacy, 186 has a lot of COVID money too. And have we tried to partner with 186 on
Oh, sure.
some
So,
of this
Molly,
stuff?
how many schools have you been to in the last 2 months? I'm going to put you on the spot. So in the last month? So what Molly does right now, we also were able to do, and again, I didn't tout too much of these things, but we last year did 15,000 e-cards for District 186 students and teachers who wouldn't otherwise have access to a library card. And then Molly partners with schools. She has a great rapport with teachers, of course, and she actually goes into classrooms, meets with teachers, meets with principals, meets with curriculum folks, and basically trains them on how to use our resources and how we can partner better. So in terms of their money, I mean, I'm happy
That
to
would
think
be
about
nice
how to do
have
that too.
some-
Let's keep building on that.
Will help coming back too.
Absolutely.
But I just was wondering if we did that. But yeah, please think about the advertising.
I think that, no, I think we'll
that's
absolutely price it
awesome.
out.
But if people have not been up there, it is incredible.
It is.
So thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other
You were
questions?
telling me how glad you were you hired me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on.
And I say that with all seriousness, because when you were appointed to this position, there was quite some controversy and qualifications, blah blah blah. But you have proved that sometimes those things, degrees or whatever, is minor, and the person that you are is major. I'm sitting here listening to you and the excitement. I can't say that the library, has had this much echo throughout our community, and I credit you and your staff, Miss Tina. Various places that I go throughout the community, I like to really go see it, what's going on, with my own two eyes. And she's been at the CAP 1908 Vision Board. The kids loved her. She's been at the Kiwanis Kids Bash this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sitting patiently and just with a smile on her face. So I really appreciate her and your staff. You guys have really done a good job. definitely concerned, and I agree with you, Alderman Hanauer. Partnerships, we need to look into that. 22% reading levels, and even further out west, 48% is troublesome. It's something to be concerned about. So we want to partner with that. My final comments. I know you said we were restricting eating in there because of some, cleanliness things. And I hope that at some point in time we look back at maybe a section or an area, because I
Yeah.
really, I
So
think
this,
that's good.
oh, go ahead.
No,
I will comment on that. That was a very difficult decision. And we made it, what we had was you could have small snack foods in some sections. And gray areas tend to be very hard to, one, enforce, and two, for people to remember. And the amount of trash, our custodial staff was spending 90% of their time cleaning up trash. We were getting stains on our furniture. And it was a very difficult decision to make, because we never want to be punitive. We want to be an open space, but we also have to be mindful of the health and safety and to be frank, bugs and infestation and all of the things to keep a clean and healthy space. So it was a very difficult decision, and we did talk to other agencies. We let them know, we communicated as best we could, but we're in a particular spot as a library where we are, of course, a warming center, and we are open to folks of all socioeconomic opportunities, and at the same time, we're not equipped to be a day shelter. So it was a very tough decision. We didn't make it lightly. We talked about it. We went through options, and ultimately we did it for this time.
I hear you. Well, in the future,
Absolutely, and I understand,
as
and
you
I-
re-envision the library and stuff like that. Let's try.
I
to
want a
think of that.
cafe some point.
I was leaning there, but I know that's going to take some work. But I really think it's good for several reasons. And guess what? If our friends who are experiencing homelessness and they're are the ones who mess up, we've talked about different jobs and things, and maybe that can be one of their. What I always try to do in these situations is how can we, I'm a very big proponent of, if you mess it up, how can you help me clean it up, even in our communities? And if they're, the people that's going to be utilizing this area and they're messing it up and stuff, they'll be happy to clean it up.
Let's talk about future ideas. We can definitely do that.
In the
Totally.
future. And my
down.
last question. You said there was a contract for our outreach services, and you wanted to turn that into.
So that is Tana. So she was she's been a contract. It was an IMLS grant. Right. She's been granted, and that was the one that was funded specifically for wards 2, 3, and 4. That's the way the grant was written. So she's a contract employee. Oh. So that position is up in February, and we don't want holes in services. We would like somebody who, with a division manager, librarian 3, ability to kind of see the entire outreach, and then to have the staff to actually fulfill it.
And that's one of the positions that you're
Yes, absolutely.
For. And that's one of the positions?
Yes, correct,
Okay,
correct.
It's
It's the remake of the position, if you will.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
I asked for a 5-minute recess.
And a shout out to my staff.
You got your second? All right.
I took mine already.
Take yours.